Hicks of I Run Far, and I'm here in Park City, Utah at the finish line of the Jupiter Peak Steeplechase. I'm with Sportiva Mountain Cup winner Ryan Woods. Hey dude.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Top 5 finish today.
Yes.
To seal off your victory in the Sportiva Mountain Cup.
Yes.
You've run Jupiter Peak Steeplechase.
It's my third time.
Yeah. So you know the pain that's coming when you're at the starting line of this race.
Yeah, you kind of dread it. I was saying earlier, getting over a cold, and my breathing isn't that good, and when you know you've got to climb 3,000 feet and about 7.5 miles, it's not something you look forward to. But I was just trying to get out there and survive.
Yeah. So I mean, you toe the line, you've got a cold, you're trying to, escape doing something that messes up your point standing in the cup and staying in the money in the cup.
Trying to finish. Yeah,
what goes through your mind at the starting line when you got to climb 3,000 feet before
the starting
anything else happens?
The starting line, I'm just super confident. I think, I'm fine. Cold, you're gonna be all right. But it's about a mile up when you're like, I can't breathe, and I'm congested, and people are passing you. That you start thinking, maybe I should just turn around and head back down the mountain. But no, it was a battle up the mountain. I was saying earlier at the scramble at the top where you climb on all fours, basically in loose rocks. I got to the bottom of that, and I think 8th place, and I caught about 3 people on it, which was surprising because I've never been in the position in this race where I was around people in the scramble, and it just seems so hectic. I didn't think people really made up ground, so it was kind of nice to get some ground. And then I felt once I got to the top, if I could just be in position, I could still run the downhills without really needing my lungs. Yeah. And I really put away the 3 guys I passed there, and I kept a guy in sight for a while, but I was really more focused on the people behind me than I was the people in front of me, so I just kind of kept moving and just kept a decent pace on the downhills, which last year when I did this race I was like 5:15 pace on it, and this year is more 5:45, but that was enough, and because it's a blazing fast downhill, but it's long. After 8 miles of it, you do start to feel the toes, the quads, everything takes a pounding.
It's a pretty amazing downhill. I mean, it's like you said, it's about 8 miles, and it's almost every bit of it is like sweetly runnable. Yeah,
when you put the mountain bike trails. Yeah, when you get the kind of the smooth curves. It's very runnable.
So you worked your way up, and you had.
First I worked my way back. I think I had the lead at the first mile. I'm like, all right, this is good. Yeah. And then everyone just kept going past me, and they're having conversations, and I'm just blowing snot rockets. It was getting bad there in those 3 to 6 mile marks.
But then you passed a couple people on the last little steep bit, and you're a guy who's known for your downhilling abilities, so you must have just let confidence take over and just let it roll do what you needed to do.
That's exactly what I kept telling myself. I was saying, just keep them in sight. You're not feeling good. This isn't going to be your day. Keep them in sight. So that you've got the opportunity still in the downhill, because everything in my body was just saying turn around, head down the mountain, call it a day. But the ability to run the downhill, it gave me confidence. And even though I wasn't as fast as I had been in the past, I knew I'd be okay if I could just get with those guys or stay in touch with them.
Yeah, I mean the only guy who you needed to basically fend off in the cup was Matt in second place.
Second place today.
I mean, he was in front of you. It must have been from.
He was a dot in the sky. But I had a pretty good points lead on him. I'd won my first 4 races in the series. Yep. And I had beaten him twice in that, and the Mountain Cup series. Head-to-heads are very important. Especially after you got some points and you're in the top 10. You get 5 points on top of somebody for beating them. So it's a 10-point swing in the series. If they beat you, you're 5 points behind, and if you beat them, you're 5 points ahead. So those 2 early wins I had against him, made it so that I could have a comfortable-ish. It wasn't comfortable at all. Survivable day to day, because if I had to race, it wouldn't have gone well. It would have gone about like Mountain Championships did last weekend. So.
Well, yeah. So talk about that for a minute. You're coming off three 3 mountain races in a row.
Yeah.
The North American Championships 2 weekends ago.
And then
the
last week.
Mountain Running Championships last weekend, and now here. Similar style of races, but every race had its unique characteristics. After 3 weekends of mountain races, what are your thoughts?
Tired?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ready for a break?
You know, I do a lot of racing back and forth. I don't really train for peaks anymore. I'm 36, you know. I've kind of got this baseline that I can keep through the year. So a lot of times I like to race my way into shape. And you know, the first race in Vancouver, I thought it went pretty good. It was 2 loops. You know, the first loop was smaller, good climbing, good descent, fast runnable sections, and I stuck with the leaders on that. And then you had a mile of a K, 1,000 meters or 1,000 feet of climbing, and I lost the leaders there. And then you had this technical section at the top where one guy caught me, and then you had a screaming downhill at the end, and I you know, nearly caught some folks on that, but you know, the technical sections, when it's a new technical trail you've never been on, it's difficult. You know, I feel pretty good on confident on some of the technical stuff, but then again, you know, sometimes I don't. If you've got some experience, it helps a lot. Yeah. And yeah, again, the downhill was good for me there. And then the Mountain Championships, I was a little feverish, and I was just trying to survive out there. I don't know why I didn't drop out of that one either, but I held on and finished.
Persevered.
Yeah, you feel good finishing even if it's not a good performance. So that's something I try and do, but I've got a lot of DNFs over the years now. Too many.
You're now a 3-time winner of the Sportiva Mountain Cup. What keeps you coming back to this race series?
Well, I mean, it's great travel.
Yeah.
You know, it's always seemed to work out where there's been 2 drives, you know, that I could do, and then you've got 3 flights. And years past, you know, we've made vacations out of those flights. Last year spent about 5 days out here in Park City. You know, we're gonna leave quickly because we spent vacation last week, you know, in Bend and Vancouver. What was earlier in the year? We went to didn't make a trip this year actually on the Mountain Cup, but usually we make a vacation of it. There wasn't a whole lot of new spots on it, but you know, Moab's been on the series before. Mez in New Mexico. I mean, a lot of really just cool areas. Tahoe was on it years ago. A lot of cool areas to visit, so that's kind of what keeps them going, keeps them coming back. Awesome. Yeah. Do you think you'll give it a shot again in the future? Or try absolutely.
Yeah? You're kind of a Sportiva mainstay at this point.
I am. Well, and I have been doing different stuff, though. I've gotten into obstacle racing, Spartans and Battle Frogs, so I'm, you know, trying to work out the upper body more now, and it's cool because, you know, as I'm slowing down, you know, I don't do road 5Ks anymore. I've lost a lot of speed with that. So I don't have as much fun with it anymore. And trails, I'm slowing down, I think, a little bit. But now I you know, in the obstacle stuff, I'm still like the fast guy, and you know, you're training new stuff. So I like to diversify.
Your mind fresh too.
Yeah, you know, new stuff that you've got a good energy in, and so I'll do more of the mountain stuff with the obstacle races, I think, over the next couple of years. Awesome. Until my body breaks down. Which might be sooner rather than later, we'll see.
Let's not jinx ourselves, shall we?
No.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
On your win of the 2015 Sportiva Mountain Cup. Cheers and stuff. Thanks.